Hi, my name is Tina Mozelewski, and I'm a PhD student at North Carolina State University studying conservation biology and landscape ecology. I'd like to take a moment to tell you my story, to talk about the research I'm conducting and why I think it's important enough to dedicate the next 3 years of my life and the rest of my career to it. After finishing my master's in 2013, I moved to Yuma, Arizona to work as a wildlife biologist for the Arizona Game and Fish Department. While there, I had the pleasure of working with local, state, and federal agencies, tribes, and other stakeholders to plan and implement restoration projects along the lower Colorado River. These restoration projects were carefully designed and expertly executed, with a lot of time, money, and resources invested. Many hours and millions of dollars went into these projects, and in the short term, they were very successful. Lush riparian forests were created, target bird and small mammal species started showing up, and the projects were deemed a success. But then the water started running out. With a drought raging in the desert Southwest and the constant irrigation requirements of the trees planted, there just wasn't enough water to go around. Projects had to be scaled back, and there were significant concerns about the trees dying and time and money being lost. And this doesn't even take future climate change into account. The desert Southwest is predicted to get hotter and drier in the coming years, putting these renewed landscapes and the species that call them home in jeopardy. While the effects of human-produced climate change look different for different landscapes across the country, the issue remains the same. Current conservation strategies remain static while the climate is changing. We need to evaluate the effectiveness of old strategies and look for new resilient ones if we want to prevent the loss of biodiversity. My research will use Landis-2, a landscape model that projects the effects of climate change and future conservation actions, along with localized global climate models to forecast future change in the longleaf pine ecosystem of North Carolina. These projects will inform the feasibility of conservation and restoration strategies and where to locate projects in space and time in this ecosystem. Any work towards the conservation and protection of biodiversity on the landscape is good work. I believe that incorporating landscape-scale modeling and climate change projections into conservation planning will ensure more robust projects and more wisely used resources in North Carolina and beyond. That the work we do to restore and conserve will be resilient in a changing climate.